So I'm prepared for 10 minutes, learned it's 5. So rapid fire this action real quick. So first, hi, hello. My name is John Skelton. I'm the designer at Buddyup. Buddyup is a small 5-person tech firm here in town, tech company here in Portland, with the mission to solve one problem. And that's for many students, finding peer support can be challenging. Without adequate support, these students struggle and often drop out. We're talking about universities. We're talking about freshmen in large universities like the University of Oregon. Big classes, big classrooms like this, even bigger, 1,000, 1,500 people. You come to something like this, you don't know anybody, it's hard to connect with people. So our product helps with that. Our solution is a social networking app that helps students find peer support on campus. How it works is the Buddyup mobile app. It's an iTunes app, it's a Google Play app. Students create accounts using their .edu address or the .edu email. They select their classes and they build support by finding study partners, participating in classroom chat, and joining study groups. Time for demo. This is how demos usually go, right? So over here, just a quick little demo here, the app. It's really simple, it's pretty straightforward. We launched it in the fall this year. You can view your profile. You can see what classes you're in. You can drop and manage those classes. You can see who you're buddied up with. You can unbuddy them. You can private message with them. You can check out who they are, read their profile, see what classes they're in, see who they're buddied up with. You can see all of your classes, the ones that you're in. And here you can see the activity, who's joining the class, how many people have chatted within the last, well, just if there's any chats. You can jump into the class, you can read the chats, you can see study groups that are being formed, you can join those study groups, you can make a new study group, you can check into that study group, and then you can see all of your classmates who are in that class as well. Keep tabs on them, buddy up with them, and then from the buddy up, then you can actually send them a private message, one-on-one message. And we found that a lot of students like to use the one-on-one for once they get to kind of know each other, they kind of end up studying that way a little bit more than just big group studies. So we launched it in the fall this year at a bunch of schools here in Oregon, University of Oregon, OSU, PCC, PSU, a bunch of schools in California, Berkeley, and we're in Australia as well. Did some stuff over there. And what else would you like to know?
So they're sponsored by the school? Do they? So
the school buys the product.
The school buys it.
School buys it.
Hey, we have this app.
And then we unlock it for them. So if you just go on right now and say you don't work with the University of Minnesota, if you went on and just download the app right now and you said, oh, I have to still the University of Minnesota.edu, it would say we're not currently at your school. So we've been piloting. So what we do is another product that we have is kind of a dashboard for the schools to kind of get an aggregate, just kind of analytics on how everything's going, who's using it, how many people are making this buddy matches, how many study groups, that kind of thing. And you can see how that kind of happens within the classes too. We ran a bunch of pilots here at University of Oregon, where we actually got in touch with the teacher or the professors and actually made presentations and worked with them more hands-on. And then we kind of saw from those pilots that we saw the students started to pull it into all their other classes, which was really great. So we started with 12 classes and it grew to 75 just in this fall term. So we're going to launch the new version of it for spring term. We're doing some retooling now, and yeah, we're pretty excited.
Awesome. Questions?
Go.
So online courses through places like Coursera are super lonely. So if you signed any online course places to get rid of that isolation factor?
Yeah, what's the one here at OIT? So we launched with them as well, and we're seeing good responses there. But I think where it really works well, so far we've done it for one term, but in how it differentiates itself from other social networking apps is that space that we all kind of share collectively. A lot of these kids are meeting each other kind of once a day. And I think that breaks down those barriers and also kind of holds people accountable a little bit more for, I'm going to see you every day, so I'm not going to just chat something mean to you. And everyone kind of uses their own name and their own picture and that kind of thing. In the back.
What's the business model?
business model is to sell to schools.
Do you do software I don't know if schools have requested this, but are they requesting software integrations with other software they're already running, such as for grading or for other?
Yeah, like these big LMSs. So
Yeah.
far not. I think what they really like and why we've been able to make really quick sales into the licensing into the schools is that we kind of go in, we get the students on board, so we can already go to U of O, we've already sold to them, but we can go to U of O and say, here's all the students using it, here's all the professors who love it. All you need to do is pay some more money and unlock it. Yeah. And so, and it's a standalone thing, they don't have to work with IT, so they just kind of get it and they're just like, sweet.
Okay.
What grade or age range have you launched to?
Universities, we're really trying to target really specifically right now. So freshmen in these big classes, that's where we've been piloting. That's where we see the most struggle in this kind of peer-to-peer. We see like 45% dropout rate in the freshmen in these big classes, and that's where we're really trying to focus. So it's been at typically bigger universities.
What sort of challenges do you think you'd run into if you wanted to launch to a
smaller?
Yeah.
The smaller school?
Or just a younger crowd, not necessarily smaller?
Well, I mean, it is younger. I mean, all the most of the folks using the app are, I would say, like 18 to 20 right now. But it would be a challenge to kind of like figure out how to focus it towards like high school, that kind of thing. That's a good question, though.
How many students do you have signed up?
We have about 9,000 now.
So you're talking about the dropout rate. Have you seen any data that shows fewer dropouts? Or
No,
is it
I
too
think
soon?
it's mostly anecdotal right now. I think it's just too soon to know. But I think what we're doing in the work that we're doing with the universities and working with some of their systems and their researchers, we've got a lot of researchers who want to get at this data and like, oh, we'd like to put that up against like male, female, and start to track that. So that's why we're kind of putting together these kind of analytic tools and tooling to help kind of integrate all that together.
So when students sign up as freshmen, is this already like kind of included in their like syllabus, or do they have like multiple steps they kind of need to take?
That's a good question, and that's kind of the weird space that we're trying to, because we do sell to the schools, but the app itself, and like this is for the administrators and this is for the professors, but the app is really students only, like because we want to have that space where they can talk freely and the professor's not overwatching. It's not part of the grade, although some professors in these pilot courses did offer it as extra credit, if you create a study group, that kind of thing. Good?
More questions?
Yes.
You.
Do you have salespeople that know how to sell to universities? What's the selling cycle for a university?
Sales cycle typically is really long, but I think with our strategy of kind of going in and working with the professors and the students and getting them on board, it's been a lot easier and a lot quicker for us to pull the trigger, or for the school to pull the trigger on this kind of thing. Because they don't have to integrate it, they don't have to go to IT, it doesn't get locked down in these procedural things that can sometimes slow that sales cycle down.
So last question, go ahead. Are you granted access to the students prior to going back to the school and saying, hey, we have 4,000 of your students using this product? Or
Not currently, but just in the last couple of weeks that we've been kind of like going back to them, they said, hey, can we just front load this and give you like our class lists? And we're still like, yeah, that would help.
Awesome. Thank you very much.